Evening all, welcome back to Titanfall. Right, what we're going to do today, so we've spoken about the weapons, we've spoken about the movement. Now the next thing to talk about is the level design. And I've got to say that this is probably one of the key things that I like about this game, and we'll use some examples as to why. And let's begin. Battlefield 4 was a game that I remember being told was, I think, very strong, exceptional maps, and I think it was even going to be part of the game that, you know, there'd be dynamic maps that would create mini games and blah blah blah, and that was a really nice thought. I thought they did that quite well, so I was quite keen to see how maybe that would look. But the reality is that it didn't quite work. Right, that's certainly what I think. And I think when you had the kind of cold hard look at those maps, they were very sort of boring, basic, simple maps. The movement of Battlefield 4 as well was quite boring as well. I think, as in, you know, you couldn't literally freebase jump crazy sort of like whatever. I don't know if that's the right word, freebasing. No, it's actually something entirely different. But I probably don't want to do that. But I think the movement of this game obviously means that the maps have to be quite innovative as well. And as you can see, look at that. Look at me getting all pro. Look at that, parkouring it up. And I think certainly the movement, I think, has been quite a key exciting part of this game. So naturally that meant that they had to make the maps quite good as well. And maps are funny things really, because obviously look at the levels of this thing. It's really nice. The design is good, and I think also the finishing is good as well. That's obviously because they're trying to sell the game through the beta. Let's not forget that. But I think we can be pretty assured that the remainder of the maps when they come out are going to be probably as good as what you see here, if not better. And I think that's got to be well, it's got to be a big plus for the game. But look, I mean, I think, again, a lot of games generally don't build much life into their games. So, for example, I'm going to give you, let me think. I mean, Battlefield 4 again, let's use that one. Let's rubbish up Battlefield 4 a bit today. Because the maps were pretty dull, actually, as well. There wasn't any feeling that this was actually a big, sprawling kind of, you know, conflict and world. Whereas already from what I see here, that did feel to be quite a, you know, there's a story, there's something going on here. This is some ruined base. There's technology. There's kind of, you know, there's stuff here that makes me think I want to know more. What is the backstory to this thing? You know, what's this conflict all about? Why has so many people been killed, and what's the real estate? You know, why is so much being destroyed? And I'm really curious to know about it, and I think that's an incredible thing to do. Even just a good, you know, character model can tell a hell of a story as well. And I think that's something that they really seem to understood in this game as well, in that, you know, again, the suits, the armor, the look and feel. So, you know, I'm playing, obviously, I don't know, the IMC, which kind of seemed to be like the authoritative group of you know, they're like the government. And then these guys were fighting are the rebels, because they look a bit ragtag, whatever. And that, I think, is quite cool. Even their Titans look a bit ghetto, if you know what I mean. And I think that's kind of good. There's already kind of a nice emerging story here, and that shows you that they had a really good brand manager. And I think, you know, look at that, nice, got stepped on, jeez. And I think they've had a really clever look and discussion about what they want this game to look and feel like. So that alone, the presentation, I guess, in essence, is excellent. And I think that has been, I think, what really made me kind of quite, I guess, surprised, actually. Or rather, I didn't expect to be this impressed by it, let's say. And I think when you look at just the level design as well, there's silly things that really shouldn't matter but do, such as when you look up, you see there's a battle going on in orbit. Look at that. I can't really look at it because I'm too busy shooting people, but there is a huge orbital battle going on that just looks deadly and dangerous, and it just looks amazing. And I think, you know, there's so many kind of nice tricks that they have done to make this game feel like it's just much more than just 6 players fighting 6 players, that I think is really good. Oh, I'm being radioed. That's not good. At this point, I actually didn't even know what it meant. That's pretty bad, isn't it? But there we go. Blah, blah, blah. And then he jumps off the swine. I will kill him. I don't know if I even did, actually, but I lost my Titan in the process. Damn it. But again, I don't mind, because again, this is this beautiful thing of it doesn't really matter. You know, you're not really kind of being denied content by other people being better than you, because you can get your Titan in eventually as anyway, regardless. So it worked well, and I think that certainly can sort of examine the battle going on around us as well is quite good. Look at all these NPCs fighting NPCs, and it's actually quite fun. And I was surprised actually how well they did this. Even down to these robots, these Star Wars looking like robots. They were really nice as well, because they kind of are anti-Titan infantry as well, and it's all AI. I mean, again, clever stuff. And I think this, to build that into an MMO is quite impressive overall, I think, generally. Yeah, I mean, I think as it comes to it, the level design really does make you feel that there is a hell of a battle going on around you. And again, I don't think many games have really bothered with this, because it's just an addition. It's not really even part of the central game. Whereas I would say that these guys, Titanfall, have decided that actually no, they want to create a feeling more so than just giving you a knife and a shotgun and seeing how good you are with it. And again, I must make that point clear, because too many games nowadays just give you the mechanics of the game, and they just say, go on and get on with it, be the best. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, but I think also it's a little bit limiting in terms of the game's life, if you see what I mean. And I think they really have not understood that sometimes it's all about telling a story, and I think some people forget that. There we go. I mean, I'm curious to see what the backstory to Titanfall is. I'm really curious to see, where it's going, and what the kind of next, levels will be, what the next Titans will be. I want to see maybe some more stuff to do with the orbital piece as well. So, I say this for other games, but I'm certainly keen to know, well, what can you put in orbit that's important to me? What different play styles can you show me that haven't been shown before? And I think, there's not enough people doing this. As the Titan hunts me down, the son of a bitch, we have to run to our dropship. Yeah, not going well. I don't think I've actually... Oh no, I escaped once. So I have actually managed to escape. It was a momentous occasion, I can tell you as well. But I'll see if I can dig that footage out maybe for next time. But certainly I would say this game is worthy of song. It's worthy of discussion as well. And I think hopefully there's a little bit more in there to do. Oh man, that guy got stomped. I'd love to see a little bit more in there to do with maybe the wider story of the game, and maybe, I don't know, maybe there's going to be kind of certain game modes that actually influence the war. That would be nice. I don't know. I'm curious. I really am curious to see where this goes. I hope it's just more than a general shooter, but you never know, do you? You never know what their kind of timeline is for these games. They may just think to ourselves, let's make as much money as we can in 6 months, then we'll just harvest it, sell it, and then move on to the next one. So there we go. Oh, only 2 kills. God, I suck. I killed a lot of minions though. That has to count for something though, right? Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.